I've got the secrets to becoming mentally strong. Let's go. Developing mental strength is just as important as developing physical strength. Your mental strength is so powerful. Have you ever been at the gym and you have 5 more squats to go, but you just cannot do it? But then you put your mind to it and you focus and you get the 5 done, and then you suddenly realize how strong your mind is actually. So mental strength is so important, and if you don't get it right, it's a ripple effect on your whole life. You won't be able to get those squats done. So I'm here to share some of the secrets on how you can get mentally strong. Chapter 1, embrace your challenges. Get out of your comfort zone. Move into spaces that make you uncomfortable and try and conquer it. I was a shy child. I didn't know how to be around people and public places. And I conquered my fear of being around people by becoming a presenter and working in broadcasting. And now I'm comfortable on stages. I'm comfortable speaking in front of people. Okay, yes, I do get scared a little at times, but I know the fundamentals. I know what it feels like, and I know what I need to do to get out there and show up as myself. The more you step out of your comfort zone, the better your life is going to be. If you have a fear of the dark, go outside by yourself at night. Conquer your fearness. And when you conquer more of your fears, you start becoming stronger and more resilient. And then you realize this world is actually not such a bad place after all. And you have to get uncomfortable to get into a space that allows you to grow. When you get out of your comfort zone is where growth happens. And the quicker you learn this, the better it's going to be for you. And once you get out of your comfort zone, you start developing your mindset. You become resilient at it. Who doesn't want to be strong at something? Everybody has a weakness at something, and that's why we're always teachable. If we were created perfect, I don't even think we'd be on earth, because Hinduism says that when you're on earth, you're working out your karmas to eventually attain God realization. So if I'm a human on earth still working out my karmas, it means that I'm not perfect. And if I'm not perfect, all the other human beings here are also not perfect, unless you're a saint, which we are not. When you realize that you're just human and you're here to make mistakes, you're also here to develop yourself and to be better, and you're not better than someone else, your mindset starts shifting and your strength develops. Always be able to view failures as a learning opportunity. I used to be in a space where I used to look at my failures and just wallow in it, and I wasn't a very happy person. But then when I looked at the lessons, what are the things that I can extract from it that makes me a better person? Even with the bad experiences, there's a lesson in everything. There's a reason why you needed to go through that so that you know how to tackle it. For example, I reported to some toxic bosses, but I was always getting the same type of toxic boss at every job. And then I realized I'm always going to be served with the same problem until I start looking at the situation a little bit differently. And when I changed the way I approached it, I started to treat the problem differently, and I started to embrace it and say that I'm going to learn from this and I'm not going to experience this again. I started to have a different experience with it. So when you're presented with problems, look at it as a learning experience, because every opportunity is a moment for you to grow, is a moment for you to improve, and is a lesson that's there to teach you. And when you're able to receive life like that, you start developing your mindset. You start becoming stronger in the way you think. You become resilient, and less people will get to you, because your mind is becoming stronger. Cultivate a growth mindset. Believe in your ability. Celebrate your progress. Understand that you are a sponge to absorb everything, to know that there are lessons in everything. Now, of course, choosing the right material to absorb is fundamental, because if you're going to expose yourself to toxicity, you're going to have a toxic mindset. But if you're going to expose yourself to growth mindset, to positivity, to resilience, to grit, you're going to develop that kind of mindset. So what you surround yourself with, and it's not only the people that you surround yourself with, it's the type of content that you are consuming on TV, what you read, what you listen to, everything in your being, how you show up for yourself. What are you thinking? I have dark thoughts sometimes, and I'm like, stop it. I need to stop thinking those dark thoughts. But I realize when those dark thoughts come to me, it's because I'm not working on myself. I'm not doing my meditation practice. I'm not journaling. I'm not doing the things that make my mind healthy. And so I get into a dark space and I start becoming negative and I start becoming weak in the way I think. My mentality is weak. I become snappy. So being able to quickly pivot and show up as the better Ro is my purpose. Even though I make mistakes, that's okay. But what are my lessons and how teachable am I in those moments of truth? And then practice self-compassion. It's so important to take care of you, not rely on someone else to take care of your own happiness. Rely on yourself to take care of your own happiness. Do the things that bring you joy. Take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your soul. Pray, meditate, surrender, move, walk, go outside, feel the sunshine, journal, get your thoughts out there, talk to a professional if you need to. Do the things that take care of yourself. And the more you invest in yourself, the stronger your mind will become. Because if you're not investing in yourself and you're just giving, you're going to feel it. The moment I became a mom, I started to develop this giving mindset. And then I realized that I wasn't actually putting anything towards myself. And I started to become snappy because life was getting so chaotic and I didn't know how to handle it because I wasn't following a routine. Well, you can't when you have a new baby in the house. But as time goes by, you develop new routines and new disciplines and you find time. You speak to your partner and you say, listen, I need like 15 minutes to myself, and that's okay. But prioritizing you for a little bit is important for you to develop a strong mindset. If you don't prioritize yourself, you're not going to make it through and you are going to feel the brunt of it. But also be kind to yourself. How do you talk to yourself? When I used to look in the mirror after becoming a mom, I hated the body that I saw. I hated everything about me. I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't feel attractive. I didn't feel like me. And also people validated that. People were saying, oh, you look so different now. I couldn't recognize you. And that used to hurt me. It gutted me. And it possibly still hurts me now when I hear it. But what is helping me now is understanding that I created humans. I did this with this body that helped me do it. And I'm grateful for this body that gave me the opportunity to do this. Who cares that someone else doesn't recognize me or that they have something mean to say? Who are you to influence my feelings in that way? I am beautiful just the way God intends me to be. And this is my moment right here. And I'm going to improve my body and I'm going to get better and I'm going to feel better. But I'm not going to disregard this body that did everything for me. And when I started to think about it like that with a feeling of gratitude, everything started to shift. And those meanies that have things to say, sometimes they don't even realize that they're like saying something mean, you know, because they possibly know you for so long or whatever. Like the person that said that to me, the last time she saw me was before I got married and I was a child. So she's comparing my body to the child that she knew versus the woman that I am today. Isn't that wild? When I think about it, I also did the same thing. I would be like, oh, how could I not fit in those jeans again? But I was a child when I wore those jeans. I'm not a child anymore. I'm a grown ass woman. Like, get it together. So the moment I looked at myself like that with gratitude, I then saw that my mind was getting stronger and I became more resilient. You also want to set clear goals for your mindset. See the person that you want to be in the future. Is she kind? Is she compassionate? Is she present? And show up as her every day. Wake up and remind yourself of who that person is. Write it down. Read it every day in the morning and the night so it reminds you of who you actually want to be. And the more you practice these actions, you are going to see strength in your mentality. You're going to see your mindset shift in the right direction. And you're going to release yourself from the anxiety and the worry and the stress. You also want to develop emotional intelligence. Understand the different emotional traits in different people. Understand the emotional traits of yourself. What makes you tick? What makes you happy? And the things that make you tick really break it down, really get into the crux of it. Why did I react in that way? The fact that I got upset that this person said, you look so different, and she couldn't recognize me after I had a baby, and she saw me after so many years. I was triggered and upset about that because I was unhappy with the body that I had, the person that I looked like. And she probably had nothing to do with it. But because she said that, she projected something on me and my insecurities flared up. But when I do the self-work and I show gratitude to myself, something changed and something made me look at it a little bit differently. And I can now talk to her normally and be friendly with her and not feel anger towards her because I'm working on myself and I'm on a journey for self-development. And once you get that right, your mind starts strengthening. It's such a beautiful space to be in when you see that happening for yourself. But it starts with you. You got to do the work. Maintaining spiritual health and physical health is so important as well. Get up in the morning, do some mindful meditation, think about life in a positive way, take a walk. So you're churning the energies and you're getting a flow. It's just like a machine. If the machine is off for long periods of time, it starts to get rusty. The same with your body. If you're not working your mind and working your body in the right way, it starts to get rusty and it starts to get negative and it becomes weak. It is very important to be self-aware and look within yourself and pray and ask the higher power for the strength, being around positivity, being around mentally strong people, being around people who take care of themselves and their growth and their development, because you want to be the average of those people, right? So you should surround yourself with those types of people because it makes sense. And then just be consistent. Continue on this path and creating a lifestyle of positivity, of self-growth, and creating a lifestyle of doing that. Having a strong mind is a journey. If you always approach it with an ever-growing mindset, we don't even know the lens to which our mind can propel itself to. How awesome is that? That we don't know where the lid is. And so if we open ourselves up to that and we receive it like that and we're always willing to grow because I'm developing myself every single day and I don't even know how strong I can be because it's possibly unlimited. And maybe that's God realization. I don't know. Maybe when you reach the limit, then you will have reached God. I hope that these secrets, which are no longer secrets, help you. And let me know in the comments if you've tried it, like what was that experience like for you? And what are some of the things that you do to develop your mind so that you can have a strong mindset? If you like videos like this, do subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate you so much for choosing the front row. Let's do this again soon. Cheers.